Go. Good evening, friends. Thursday afternoon, and it's time to meditate. I hope you had a good week. I've had a really nice week, actually. I'm extremely tired today. We had it just lots of stuff happening, but I had a. I don't know if I talked about it so much before. I used to work as a janitor. I worked with children who stayed at home from school, like not just stay at home for a few days, but kids who stayed home for half a year or several months or several years in some cases. And it was quite a tough job to do because you got into families that sometimes had lots of issues, and we tried to find these kids and make them feel good. I think the goal for many of the people at the school and for also for some of my colleagues was that we should get these kids back into school. But I always had the idea that the main goal that we have is actually to get the kids to feel good. Because if we can make them, help them feel good again, feel secure, feel safe, feel that they have a place where they can go and not have to be afraid, then they'll just by themselves go back to school. I'm not saying they feel afraid to go to school, but something usually happen and they just didn't want to go back to school. That's usually how it went. So I had, even though it's been quite a while since I worked with that, I had someone who contacted me because they had my number in some register, and it was really, really nice to be able to help a parent, especially now that I'm a parent myself, and yeah, talk to them and tell them that it's going to be okay, even though it's tough now. Your kid will be fine. I've seen children who have been away from school for 3 years or 4 years and then come back and have an education, get a job, and actually be completely normal, happy, prosperous kids. And it really, there's something beautiful about that. There's something really nice seeing someone who is at their lowest and come up and just become a normal kid again. So I had had a really good week because that was something that I got involved in accidentally, and then I didn't work with it directly, but I was able to give them the contacts and help that they needed to find who they needed to talk to. I see that my screen seems to be loading a lot. Is it actually lagging? Can you guys see any kind of lag when you're watching this? Maybe there is. See if I can notice anything here. Because it seems like it's not really being consistent. I see, so there's no one watching the TV inside because that could maybe cause the stream to lag. Something seems to be lagging it. I don't know if anyone can. I see there's some people online. If you can tell me if you see it stuttering, because I just see it loading. I don't know if that means that it's actually delaying the stream or if the stream is working. I'm still new to this streaming stuff, so I don't understand how all of it works. But from here, it says excellent connection in my little window here. And then it says that when I see kind of loading, so it looks like it's stuttering or having some kind of lag. But I don't actually know. So if anyone sees anything strange, then tell me. But what I wanted to say before about when I spoke about the children who had been home for so long and came back is that we make these things so important that we go to school and that certain things happen in a certain way, when in fact when kids are happy, when they feel good, all of those things take care of themselves. And there's lots of things that can happen on the way. It doesn't have to be anything external. I see you very well. Okay, perfect. Then it's just in my interface here. Something is lagging. I don't know what that is. Maybe it just delays it a little bit, so it adjusts for it. I was saying that we make all these things so important. Okay, you have to go to school. It has to be a certain way, and if it doesn't, then it's kind of terrible, and something really bad is going to happen. And we kind of miss the idea that, well, the reason we go to school and the reason we do all these things, even going to work and everything, is because ultimately we want to feel good. We want to enjoy being alive. Um, I mean, there's a part where you also have to survive. You have to have enough money to have food, shelter, and somewhere yet to be able to take care of your family. But except for that, you don't really need that much more. And I think we forget that many times, and it always made me feel humble and calm when I saw these families where they were just so torn by this thing that was very difficult for them. And it was very, what's the right word I'm looking for? It was rewarding to be able to come into such a family and then give them hope and actually help them see that this is not, their child is not a bad child. There's not something wrong with the child, or they're not ruined. Their child is that we need to find out why that child is having a hard time. Because I believe that all children, unless there's some like severe mental illness, which of course there can be, but the kids want to be with other kids. They want to hang around other kids and just be kids. Very few kids actually enjoy being outside or being like different. They want to be just like everyone else and just have fun. So again, if a kid feels well, then they will usually just hang out with other kids. That doesn't mean they'll just conform and do what everyone tells them to do, but they will usually go to school and usually have friends and have activities, because that's what kids do. So tonight is Thursday. Thursdays are nice, and Mondays are nice also, because Mondays we have the guided meditations, and on Thursdays we have just the sitting. The nice thing for me about the Thursdays is that it gives me a chance to go a little bit deeper. It's usually a little bit calmer since I don't talk so much, but it can also be really nice for me to do the guided meditation. Sometimes when I do the guiding, I kind of fall into it myself almost. Okay, sorry, I see that the time is moving forward. We'll start the meditation like we've been doing lately with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, where it's a method more than a technique, where you focus on your senses to come back into the present moment and be aware. So the way that we do that is that we first focus on 5 things we can see, 4 things that we can hear, 4 things that we can touch, 3 things we can hear, 2 things that we can smell, and 1 thing that we can taste. And you can do it out aloud together with me as I go through the exercise. So first I can see 5 things. I can see a microphone, I see a sweater, I see a lamp, and I see some silencing boards and an office chair. And it's important that you say it out aloud. If you can't say it out aloud, then just say it to yourself. You obviously don't need to wake up your partner or whoever if you have someone sleeping next to you. But it's important that we stop and actually come to the senses and become aware. So then after that, we need 4 things we can touch. I can touch the cup that I'm holding, and I can feel that it's warm. I can touch my glasses. I can touch my beard, and my eyelashes I can touch. Those are 4 things that I can touch. And the further down we go, we get to senses where we need to spend more awareness to notice what we're experiencing. So now we need 3 things that we can hear. I can hear a car passing. I hear some birds singing outside. And then I hear the wind. After that, we need 2 things that we can smell. I smell rooibos tea, and it's orange rooibos today. And I smell a minty flavor. I'm not sure where the mint comes from, but it smells like mint. And then lastly, we take 1 thing that we can taste. And I can taste toothpaste, because I just brushed my teeth. So for those who are new, we'll do 20 minutes sitting, and then after there's questions and answers if anyone has any questions. if you want, you can keep on meditating, or it's open for questions and answers if you have them. It's interesting how the mind is different at different times. I just noticed now my mind today is very sluggish, very slow, almost like walking in syrup. Is just so difficult to kind of stay aware. And then after, when I rang the bell, then all of a sudden it got very sharp and aware. So there actually are techniques where you ring bells during the meditation to give you something to focus on, and it's usually a bright sound, so that makes it easier. I think it's simply that I need some sleep. Thank you as well, Mindful Mama. I don't think there's any questions tonight, so I think we'll just call it a day. And I will see everyone on Monday again, where we have the guided meditation. Looking forward to that. Hope everyone has a nice weekend. Thank you.